Welcome to the video, man. It's Geeked with Key. How y'all doing? We got a lot of shit to cover this week, y'all, on this podcast. It's episode 2, and yeah, we got the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. Invincible season 2 came out. A whole bunch of shit, y'all. Like, I watched Baki, a couple movies. Man, there's some shit going down in the Oscars, you know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. So let's get into the segments, man. I'm going to probably switch it up a little bit because I'm still getting into the groove when it comes to this podcast and the vibe. You know what I'm talking about? But let's see, man. The first segment we're going to get into are the new trailers this week. So Spider-Man, Brand New Day, man. Let's talk about it. I'm excited, y'all. So, yeah, man. I don't know. Y'all going to have to let me know what y'all think, but there's a few things I'm concerned about for sure. You know, I'm concerned about the casting for potentially Jean Grey, which is Sadie Sink, the girl Max from Stranger Things. I just don't see her being a good Jean Grey, but at the same time, I haven't seen her as Jean Grey. But when I think of Jean Grey, I'm thinking of a bombshell, you know what I'm saying? And I know that's, you know, walking the line of sexist and whatnot, but I just don't know why they don't make the comic book characters as accurate as they can. If there's so many actors out there, you know what I mean? Like, it's not how it used to be. Back in the day, man, I mean, every industry was hard to get into. You had to fit the shape and model, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like, bro, they can find a bombshell out there that's a redhead, make her Jean Grey. You know, we haven't had a solid Jean Grey on live action, and I think that's why I have a concern. But aside from that, it's a little bit of a gripe, you know. And we also don't even know if she's actually playing Jean Grey. I know some people have said she might be Tabloid Mary or something like that. I'll forget the first name of the character. But there's a few people in the Marvel universe, some females that are psychics that do telekinesis and whatnot. So stay tuned. We'll see. But yeah, there's some hidden gems in this trailer as well when it comes to, I feel like there's going to be more characters than what they showed in the trailer for sure. That's one thing I am really happy about now, that Marvel is slowly getting your boy Tom Holland around more Marvel heroes. You know what I'm saying? Because Spider-Man in the comic books, he's always around everybody, bro. I mean, he's locked in with Punisher, Daredevil, Avengers, Guardians, Fantastic Four. He was a Fantastic Four member. X-Men, like, he's popping in and out, you know what I'm saying? So that's really cool. So my predictions, man, expectations, we'll see. I'm gonna jump in on my other screen real quick so I can show you guys a prediction that I think is going to happen. Let's go to the weekly news, y'all. So let's see. So check this out, man. This is Spider-Man versus the Hand. And let's break down the trailer just for a little quick. So in the trailer, we see Spider-Man, and he's obviously going through it. You know what I'm saying? He's everybody forgot about him being Peter Parker as Spider-Man. And he sees that, you know, MJ's moving on with Ned, and, you know, he's a little bit salty, and he finds out that she's like happy as she's ever been, but he's also kind of proud for her type shit. And he's struggling. Like, Peter Parker's finally struggling. And I know it's kind of fucked up that I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying? But like, hey, that's the Peter Parker we want. We want the New Yorker, the day in the life, like Tom Holland, you know what I'm saying? Right, I said Tom Holland, but hey, I mean, he's our Peter Parker now, so we just gotta accept it. You know, I'm actually an Andrew Garfield fan. A lot of people don't like him in several ways. I can see it. The second movie could have been written better with Jamie Foxx and whatnot. It was getting a little crazy, but I don't know. Tom Holland, he has potential to make a good movie right now because he's cooking up a Punisher. I'm liking what they're doing so far. But yeah, so he's, you know, a little bit depressed. And he's obviously transforming because he's looking like he's having organic webbing, and his eyes go black. We don't know if that's because he has been possessed from a psychic or a telepath, aka Jean Grey, or if he's transforming into a man spider, which he's have done multiple times in the comics. There's a few stories about it, and that storyline isn't bad. It'll add some character development to Tom Holland Spider-Man, and also something we've never seen on screen. Like, that's pretty fire. They cooking. So, and we also find out that Hulk is in this movie, y'all. Or should I just say Mark Ruffalo, Bruce Banner? Because he still got the bust down watch, you know what I'm saying, that makes him Smart Hulk. But I am wondering if he's going to turn to Angry Hulk. I think he's coming back, y'all. I really hope, because Smart Hulk, bro, nobody wants to see him at all. Like, no one wants to see his ass. He has been a problem since Endgame when it comes to like what the fans want, you know what I'm saying? But excuse me. Take a sip of water. Ranting. So Smart Hawk, man, ass, bro. Garbage. Get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with him at all. Never liked him. I like Hawk in the comics when he kind of merged with Bruce Banner, but he didn't shrink in size and his healing factor went away. You know, basically his powers got reduced because he merged with Bruce Banner and win the MCU, which isn't true to comics. So I don't like that a lot. But I really think we are going to get a glimpse of Angry Hawk, because I have a feeling that Jean Grey is going to use him as a weapon, and that's what's going to get the damage control involved with micromanaging the mutants, which is going to be the introduction to the mutants and hopefully Deadpool, which, hey, this movie is going to be pretty good. So yeah, we got Spider-Man going up against the Hand, and as you can see in this photo, we got some theories, you know, because we know that Marvel has done this in the past with the No Way Home movie when Tom Holland was going up against Sandman, Electro, and Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man were all kind of hidden out of the trailer for the promotion. But in the movies, they obviously were in the shot, in the scene. Y'all gonna have to let me know what y'all comment in the comments who y'all think will be in here. I think it's going to be either Daredevil. I almost guarantee Daredevil is in this scene because it's the Hand. I don't see Punisher in the air like that, because I know Daredevil, he be swinging, like, you know what I'm saying, like through New York City, kind of like Spider-Man in a way with his batons. But I feel like there could be another character, which it could be potentially Elektra. I know they, have been trying to bring her back ever since they left her at a cliffhanger in Daredevil, because she kind of died within the Hand, picked her up and took her to like the Lazarus pit type shit in the MCU. I don't know, but I think that it's going to be either Elektra, potentially Hulk. I don't know. Y'all have to let me know. But it also could be Miles Morales. Hey, that would be super duper fucking lit. Like, I can't even explain the hype behind that, if that's who's really in this shot or just in the movie at all. Like, if they show a after credit scene and Miles Morales is in it, man, that would be peak cinema. No cap. But all right, let's move on though. After this happens in the trailer, I think what happened in the trailer? Shit. After that, Punisher shows up, you know, in his little van, which is super fire. It's the first time we're seeing Punisher's van on screen, I believe. And Spider-Man kind of tosses him around. They're going through it. And yeah, the trailer kind of just wraps up and shit. But yeah, it's super dope, man. It was a really good trailer. Y'all gonna check it out if you haven't seen it. It's on all platforms as far as streaming, you know, for trailers and whatnot. All right, but moving on, man. So let's get to our next segment and get into the movie scores, man. So movie scores and soundtracks this week. Uh, so I'm not gonna go over any newly released movies, but I will go over a couple that I've watched this week, and that's something on my channel that is going to be kind of 6-7. You know, hold on, let me get back to my recording screen. You know what I'm saying? I need to stop saying, you know what I'm saying, because you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But yeah. So on this show, I'm going to be kind of going over either movies I watched this week that are new, or movies I've seen in the theater, or movies that I'm just rewatching. Because I do a lot of rewatches. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Some movies are just a work of art, you know. But this week, I actually watched for the first time Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And hey, that movie was lit. It was fire, man. It had a 95% score on Rotten Tomatoes and 90% score from the audience. And I don't know. It's a little bit of glaze, in my opinion. I don't know. Y'all got to let me know if y'all seen it. Let me know what you think. But I personally think that it's probably a solid 8, 7.5 out of 10. So about like a 75% on Rotten Tomato. Well, I'll say it's a probably 80% Rotten Tomato for sure. It was really good. It was good for the kids. I didn't like Michelangelo twerking personally. I don't think any, boy should twerk, or they should promote that. But I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But it was really good though overall, man. I was fucking with the voice actors, I think Seth Rogen had a lot to do with this when it comes to the writing and whatnot. Jackie Chan was Splinter. That was fire. That was super dope. It made a lot of sense, you know what I mean? And then also the villain, man, Superfly, Ice Cube, bro. He did his thing with that. I like it because he was kind of given like a really good villain, but it was like PG-13, you know what I'm saying? But still very intense. And that song that he was walking to with I think it was a Bruno Mars, where he's like, I'm super fly, I'm super fly. I drink till I'm drunk, I smoke till I'm high. I was like, bro, I don't even know how this is in this movie, but anyways, that was pretty fire. It was a cool soundtrack too. If you look it up, they had some like some classic hits that were like very New York vibes. Though that's what I liked about the movie a lot. It was giving New York vibes. It was like a feel good movie. You know what I mean? So that was fire. But the tickets sold when it came out. This movie came out a few years ago. It was 118.7 million from the domestic market and 63.2 million internationally. So not bad, man. They didn't do too bad. It was kind of around like right after COVID or around COVID time. So, movies weren't really doing awesome around that time, but for a lot of obvious reasons. But aside from that, it did pretty good. And it was an animation movie. So moving on to the next movie, man. So Guardians of the Galaxy, that shit was dope, man. I actually was hating on Guardians for a long time, but the first one is really good. Like, it was very refreshing. It's a James Gunn movie, and I was actually surprised I was going to like it because, honestly, I am not a fan of James Gunn. I'm sorry. I'm just not. Like, ever since Superman, I've just been like, because it was just too much of his personal agenda in the Superman movie, in my opinion. But I know here's my thing. I like some of James Gunn's stuff, like Creature Commandos. Bro, what? Come on now. Creature Commandos is fire. Cooked. And it could be that he was just already had good characters to work with, or it could be that he locked in, but it was also an anime. But I don't know. He just always turns to the sauce in there. I just think Superman was a bust to me. But I like his other stuff, though. I like a few other things. But yeah, this Guardians of the Galaxy movie is one of them. It was really, really good. I liked how Peter Quill, he had the cassette. He's from Missouri, shout out Missouri. I'm from Kansas City. I'm talking about, and it was dope to see that movie after watching like Infinity War and Endgame, knowing that he was on the hunt for Power Stone. And I like this movie because it was one of the first Marvel movies that was intergalactic based. Like they were traveling in the stars, and a lot of the Guardians are low key OP. Like Drax the Destroyer in the comics is low key like that. Like Batista, yeah, bro. In the comics, Drax he's a threat. And Gamora, I mean, she's technically the most feared woman in the galaxy, literally, like the whole galaxy. She's like basically Frieza type shit. Motherfuckers are scared of her. I mean, it's Thanos' daughter. She's locked in. And they got Groot, which is super OP. He basically can't die. And he's very, very strong, man. And Rocket, man, people sleep on Rocket. If you haven't seen Guardians 3, like you don't know how like that he is, because he's very, very smart, intelligent. He can basically hack any equipment because he's a very, very tech savvy. And yeah, he's just like a tinkerer, like he can make something out of nothing, and he can come up with an escape plan, or he's a very critical thinker. But yeah, this movie was dope. They go to the prison because they're all like misfits and on the run or something along those lines. And they ended up forming a relationship together and trying to escape out of this prison. And it's dope, man. I ain't gonna say too much about the movie because it's been out for a while. I'm sure y'all seen it. But yeah, it's a really good one from Marvel. I ain't gonna lie, they cooked. But this movie, when it came out, it did 333.2 domestically million domestically and 77.3 million worldwide. So they cooked on that one. But yeah, man. So let's go ahead and move on to the next segment. We're going to be talking about some statues and collectibles again. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't got no new pre-orders right now. I kind of told y'all last week that I really am trying to limit. I mean, as you can see, there's nothing I can fit behind me, y'all. If I ain't gonna lie, like my walls are covered. I literally don't have anything I can get. But I do like to look because there's sometimes I might sell a statue to replace another. Cool. So yeah, Spec Fiction Shop, man. We're gonna check out some new pre-orders that might have dropped this week. Y'all already know. Ooh, what is this? Batman vs Superman 2016 Cal life-size replica. Man, I love the Zack Snyder universe, bro. I'm glad that they're still keeping it alive, bro. They know that his shit was fire, bro. In my opinion, I might get a lot of hate for this, but my favorite Batman is Batflick, man. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. He killed his shit, bro. Like, in my opinion, the best version of him, because I know the Batman vs Superman movie, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't like it that much. But I feel like definitely the Batman versus Superman, well, not the Batman versus Superman, but the Ben Affleck Batman was really solid, bro. He did his thing. He looked to like the most Bruce Wayne to me. He was like an upgraded version of George Clooney. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It was fire. But this cowl is pretty dope. Wonder what it's made out of. So this is made out of polyhybrid flexible. Ooh, okay. Composite. Not bad, not bad. This is pretty fire, y'all. It looks pretty dope. I need some more DC stuff, man. I need something Batman for sure. Oof. Kingdom Come. That's a good story. Y'all haven't seen it. Let's load some more, man. Let's see what they got going on. Take a sip real quick. All right. The aliens, man. Ooh, Joker. I definitely need to get a Joker piece for sure at some point. Dark side. I think these are some of the ones that we were looking at last week now. Let me check out Sideshow if they got some. I know Sideshow do be having some fire shit. Let's see here. Trending. How do I look at just new releases? Yeah. Gotta check out. I'm kind of getting into the prop replicas now. Like, you know, I want to get Roronoa Zora swords. Most definitely. They got some pretty cool art prints on here. Ooh, Marvel Rivals, Rogue. Or maybe it's not Marvel Rivals. Maybe it's just Savage Island, but Rogue, you know what I'm saying? She a baddie. Smooth, smooth. Ooh, Jurassic Park variant. Never was big on Jurassic. Nothing crazy on that shit, you know what I'm saying? It might be kind of slight this week, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, because like I said, the statues, it's usually like once a month. Premium Collectible Studios. Once a month that they drop like some really good ones. But I know I've missed out on a few. But Premium Collectible Studios, man, you know they got the best ones. All the pop culture ones. Chatterer 1 to 3. Kind of expensive. Well, 12 ain't bad for 1 to 3, I guess. Ooh, Wolverine bust. See, that's what I'm talking about. If I'm spending about 12 or something around that range, I might as well get a bust. I gotta check out this Logan bust, man. The deluxe. This should look fire. Look at all the versions of Wolverine coming out. I don't know how I feel about that though. Okay, well, fighting Sabretooth is fire. That's actually gas. Oh, is that the John Burns too? It is. Woo! Hey, they cooked on this one. I ain't gonna lie. If you're a Wolverine fan, you know you finna pick this up because they got that nice little tree there. And then they got Weapon X on the other side. I mean, this is probably the peak statue. If you're a Wolverine fan, ooh, we got the wolf. That's crazy. I mean, look at his hair, bro. That's Wolverine, bro. Like, they need to CGI his shit or something if they bring him back. We'll see though. They said they're going to keep Hugh Jackman until he's 90, man. Deadpool. Oof, they still got pre-orders for this one, man. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how I feel about this one. I got this one, y'all. Actually, it's still on pre-order. Man, I need to do my unboxing. I got this shit right over here. But this one, man, yeah, this Michael Myers life-size bust. The deluxe is sold out already, but figured that happened. I guess I'll select these cookies. I'll take your cookie. Yeah, that's fire, bro. I want to bust like this. I want to make it myself though. That way I can take the mask off or like adjust the arms or something. But this is definitely like the bust I need. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck. I just want to be able to put my own mask on one, bro. But this one is gas. Is that? I think it's a sculpted head though. Which I don't know how I feel about that. Because the hair looks like it's like punched in or whatever, which is sick. But if it's like a sculpted mask, I don't know. It's just different, you know. But I just like the mask, like the effect of it in my personal collection, personally. But he does look menacing with his little head tilted to the side. Michael, bro, you to go, bro. He's just so scary in a way, but I don't know. Explain it. The shape, the boogeyman. Ooh, yeah, they got all them details right. They know what's up. This is the ultimate H1 collectible, hands down. Man, I might fucking drop a bag on it. What happened? All right, let's check out some more. Venom Bust. Ooh, that one looks sick too. Shit. Yeah, I need to check out some more of these pre-orders, y'all. See her. Ghost Rider. Null. Not bad, not bad. Coming out with some new characters finally, you know, instead of the same ones. Yeah, they still gonna have this shit on pre-order. I want to get this shit so bad, but $3,000, bro. I don't know which one. I think the Ooze one is cooler only because if you're spending that much, you might as well get something like that. But goddamn, stainless steel is $3,000. $4,000 for stainless steel. Collectible, essentially. Which is not bad though. It's pretty sick. Actually, it is bad. The fucking price is hell to the fucking no, bro. Hell to the no, bro. 4,000. Fuck that shit. I mean, fucked up. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like this company specifically, they be price gouging, and I think a lot of it has to do with because they used to be pop culture shock, so I think they might just be struggling a little bit with like brand transitioning or something. I don't know, but come on now, what the fuck is this shit, man? $4,000 fucking dollars, and it's not even his face. Like I can get an Infinity Studio bust for like $4,000, and it'll be motherfucking like Henry Cavill Superman holding up like his arm like this type shit, silicone skin, hair punched in. The fuck is this, man? Woo! That just look nice though. That looks nice as fuck. But yeah, if I seen this, I would be more about reasonable is like 1,200,000. Oof. That does look pretty damn good though. I bet you it's wearable too. Come on now. Yeah, this is kind of sick, but I can't keep looking at this shit. It got me fucked up. I don't know, man. That kind of just made me want to fucking get out of collecting. I'm about to move on to the next segment because of that shit, bro. Fuck that. But fuck that, bro. That's how motherfuckers be going broke now, bro. That's why a lot of people got out of the collector community now. It's kind of sad. Definitely kind of sad, man. But all right, y'all. Next segment, we're going to be talking about some anime. Yes, I'm back on my anime swag. You know, locked in, and the anime we watching this week. So funny or not, I actually finished the anime. So not really watching nothing really crazy this week besides the JoJo. But we'll start with Baki. So Baki came out with a new season, and man, it was pretty good, man. It was refreshing from Baki. I wasn't like a super big fan of the pickle thing. I mean, it was good. The pickle thing was solid. It was just like once they started going after that, it was like, I don't know. It just wasn't as good. I think that the father-son fight was pretty, I don't know. It could have been better. But yeah, so they brought back a character, and his name is Musashi Miyamoto. If I said that right, I think I said that right. Yeah, but basically, the legendary samurai Musashi Miyamoto is said to be the strongest of his time and possibly the strongest samurai ever. He was cloned from tissue in his spine with Sabuka Tokugawa, infusing the empty clone with Musashi's soul, giving him his former memories and his skills. So basically, they resurrected the samurai type dude from the past. And bro, he's fucking OP, bro. If y'all know anything about Baki lore, their shit don't make sense at all. This dude doesn't even. So he's a samurai, right? he cuts motherfuckers down and he doesn't even have his sword. Like he's telling these people like, I'm so strong and I've trained so much that I don't even need to grab a blade to physically cut you down. So he's basically cutting you down with his fighting ego. So I don't know. That shit gets crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But there's a lot of cool things in Baki. I like the pop culture references, and you know, they are pretty strong fighters in there. Uh, you know, they kind of remind me of Viltrumites, which is kind of like a little sneak peek to what we got talking about later with our little versus fight. But yeah, man. So yeah, Baki, their feats are like peak anime, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like their feats are crazy, dude. But yeah, he cooked everyone besides Yujiro. There's a few people that kind of, I guess you could say they got the best of him, but he just really let his guard down because he didn't give a fuck. Because this guy is kind of, he's different, bro. But yeah, he is definitely like that though. Samurais, they're real disciplined, and his thing is like, you know, Baki characters, they spire a lot, but samurais, they was like they're putting their life on the line every time they fight. They're fighting with a sword. Like if they go into battle, it's life or death. So their intensity, their decision making, everything's more critical. So they just emphasize that like a motherfucker in Baki. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Pickle, he showed up at the end, and yeah, he's the caveman, and basically Musashi wants to fight him. So that's where they kind of left the cliffhanger at. So yeah, it was pretty dope. And then yeah, let's talk about Invincible, man. So Invincible dropped last week. Um, so if y'all haven't seen it, it's fire. And they dropped 3 episodes. I think they're doing them once a week, I'm pretty sure, or once every 2 weeks. They're dropping a few. Invincible does theirs a little different. But yeah, man, Mark is a demon, y'all. Like he's been through some shit. I feel bad for my guy. I ain't gonna lie, because they do some flashbacks and it lets you know, like, you know, you can change because of what happened to you, and he's just been through a lot of trauma, you know. But also, Omni Man was a fucking menace, y'all. If y'all seen this shit, like in his past, bruh, he's done some shit. Like it's crazy, bro. He's done some shit, bro. He fucked up. I think his name was Speed Racer or Space Racer, bro. He did some shit. I ain't gonna spoil too much. There's a lot of Viltrum lore too. That was nice. Excuse me. Yeah, there was a lot of Viltrum lore that was peak, y'all. Like, I'm really glad that they dove into the Viltrumites and what happened to them and their race and why they were on the verge of extinction. But there was a fucking scourge virus going around because somebody was trying to assassinate the Viltrumites as a race. So that was pretty interesting. And then yeah, man, Conquest, bro. As soon as this dude woke up, he broke out of the jail that Cecil had him in, which is kind of pathetic. I ain't gonna lie. Like he literally was locked in, opened his eyes, flew out just like that. And Cecil was pretty much just like, fuck. But yeah, Mark is definitely gonna get pissed when he finds out. But Cecil's trying to keep it from him from now because he's just going through a lot. But yeah, Conquest pulled up on Thragg and he pretty much was like, bro, kill me. So Thragg, he's an interesting character, man. I know he's the strongest Viltrumite, according to, you know, their comics and all that, because he's like the last one that's that strong. And yeah, man, he's pretty much like, I'm not going to reward failure. And, you know, it's pretty dope because he's showing no mercy type shit. But yeah, that was pretty dope and interesting. And yeah, man, Eve, let's just say her and Mark have been active, man. They've been doing the thing because she tested positive for pregnant. And whenever she did a pregnancy test, because she's been struggling with her powers, trying to use them. And she was like, what the fuck's going on? So she took a pregnancy test and yeah, Mark Jr., you know what I'm saying? He's going to be coming out here soon. So that's going to be really dope because that kid's going to be badass, dude. Like, it's going to be like fucking Franklin Richards or like, I don't know, Hope Summers type shit. Definitely very unique character with like, because, you know, Adam Eve, or I think that's her name. She can manipulate atoms. So if she can do that, and then the character can also be as strong as Invincible, bro, that character is fucking goated, literally. But yeah. So moving on, JoJo Bizarre Adventure, man. Fuck, this shit's dope as hell. So this is the Steel Ball run, and this is one of the most critically acclaimed manga stories told. And I see why, because it's just different. Like, it's in the Wild West era, and if you've watched JoJo, you know that there's some dope lore to it, especially when it comes to JoJo's family, the family curse. They're just so unlucky, dude. Like, man, I feel so bad for JoJo in this one. But he was kind of an asshole, man. Like, dude was pretty much of a badass, like a jockey. You know, he was racing horses and he always would win. And he was popular as fuck. You know, he had the ladies. He was skipping lines, going to VIP, and he butted the line of this one guy, and that guy didn't like that shit, man. He pulled out the switch, shot him in the back, and he paralyzed him, right? So he really wasn't racing on horses because he's fucking paralyzed, you know? And this is back in the era where, you know, there wasn't much he could do as far as, you know, physical therapy and shit like that. Like, this is like the Wild West era, you know? But long story short, yeah, he had an unfortunate end, but he makes it work, and he races again because he gets inspired because he come across this guy, and this guy, fuck, what was his name? Fuck, I forget his name, but he's like one of the main antagonists. Fuck, what was his name? I thought I had this shit written down. Uh, Maybe not. No, yeah, Gyro. That's his name. Fucking Gyro. Because the main antagonists right now are going to be Gyro, Johnny Joestar. That's the JoJo in here, Johnny, and then Diego Brando, which is supposed to be like the Dio, you know. But yeah, so that's who is he gets inspired by, because he comes across the steel balls, Pauls. That's what they are, though. But anyways, they get him up, bro. That's just that whole. Cut that out, interns. Cut that that whole sentence I just said, because this sounded sus as fuck. But that's literally what happened, though, if you watch the anime. But yeah, I'm super excited, man. My thoughts pretty dope. I like how it's in the Wild West era, and I'm excited to see episode 2. It's 45 minutes long, and it drops weekly, I'm pretty sure. So looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to that. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Let's see, more anime news. Nope, I think that's all the anime news this week, man. But it's, yeah, a little bit of anime news this week. And let's see, music news. So honestly, this music news this week is gonna be a little different. We're gonna be talking about the Oscars, man. So if you haven't seen the Oscars, there was a center segment, and it was really dope. They basically had the characters or singers from the movie and a couple of other blues artists that killed it, man. They played some old school blues, rhythm and blues, jazz a little bit, and they incorporated a little hip hop just like they did in the movie, where they had multiple genres, and they were showing you like ancestors and stuff. Fire, bro. Fire. Like, standing ovation, very soulful performance, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Michael B. Jordan, he fucking took away the Oscar, man. He won, which I'm glad he got his just due, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, we know Michael B's been acting since he's like 6 years old, bro. 6. And he's started directing his own shows, you know, and things like that. Raising Dion was really dope. And, you know, we can't forget he was Killmonger, you know what I'm saying? He killed that role. Killed it. That was fire. And yeah, it was kind of funny though too, because Timothy Chalamet, man, or however you say his name, he was looking salty. I mean, you can just tell. And the ballet dancer was dancing right in front of him on the Center's performance, or at the Center's performance, and he had front row seats with Kylie Jenner, and you could just tell, bro, he was looking evil, bro. I'm telling you. But it is what it is, you know. But motherfucking Michael B. Jordan, he went to In-N-Out after, and he got a burger, and that's just hella cool, bro. Like, he's like a neighborhood hero for real, you know. That very inspiring. That was pretty cool, man. Cool guy. Let's see, man. I gotta take a sip of my smoothie now. Gotta get a little energized, y'all. Going through these segments, man. Fuck, that actually tasted fire. All right, so our next segment, y'all, is going to be our versus battle. Y'all ready this week? Hey, man, I've been kind of getting excited and more hyped for these because, I'm getting better and better at them. And this one, I set up a pretty nice matchup this week. I feel like. I hope y'all like it. So let's see, man. Our verses of the week. Let's see here. Boom. So we got Hyperion versus Thragg, y'all. And if you don't know, my boy Hyperion, he's from Marvel, and Thragg, he's from some indie comics type shit. So yeah, man, these are two powerhouses. These are basically the equivalents to Superman in their universe. And yeah, man, let's get into this. I'm very excited. Hyperion, he is going to be someone that is more, excuse me, let's say, I don't know. He's more of a powerhouse, I would say. But let's go over to his feats, y'all. All right, y'all. So I got Hyperion's feats pulled up and a little bit of his background. So Hyperion, Mark Milton, sent to Earth as a baby. He was raised with a strong morality, or in some versions, he was brought up by the government agents, and to become basically a beacon of hope. That sounds kind of sus. Beacon of hope and a powerful protector, often leading the Squadron Supreme. And as you can tell, that was basically Superman's origin. He's supposed to be kind of like the Superman of the MCU. A lot of people get it mixed up with Sentry, and Sentry, he's nothing like Superman if you break him down, bro, to be honest. But yeah, Hyperion, basically the Superman in the MCU, man. So his feats, man, he carries and throws cities of Atlantis. Carries and throws the city of Atlantis. Come on now. What the fuck? Come on, chat. He carried Atlantis and threw it? Bro, what's his problem with Namor? But anyways, he dodges and speed blitzes from Namor, and he kills him. So I assume he's really quick because Namor is fast as fuck. So obviously he can speed blitz. He got a lot going on with that. And he has heat vision, and his heat vision is light speed. That's pretty dangerous because I know that your boy Thragg don't got heat vision, so that's going to be a problem. And his scale is low multiversal to multiversal. So, hey man, he's pretty strong. And yeah, so what else has this guy done? I know he's done something crazy, but I don't know. I honestly don't know too much about this guy. A lot of these characters that I put on my show or my podcast, I'm trying to find out about new ones, so it's good to learn about him. But yeah, he's pretty like that, man. So y'all let me know what you think about him. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to your boy Thragg real quick. So let's see what he's talking about. Bet. Go ahead and make this full window real quick. All right, so yeah, Thragg, man. So yeah, he's a Viltrumite. He's the most powerful Viltrumite and Grand Regent of the Viltrum Empire. He was raised from birth to lead, assuming control after Emperor Agnaral's death and later the Scourge virus, like I was talking about earlier, and making him the supreme ruler. So Thragg's feats, man. What are Thragg's feats? He's unaffected by a punch to the jaw from Invincible, which is pretty crazy. So, Invincible and Mark and Omni-Man obviously wouldn't hurt him as much. He's fought both of them, I think. And then he trained from birth in all manners of combat to be the strongest Viltrum of all. So, he has multiple combat fighting skills or styles. So I know that's going to probably throw off, Hyperion a little bit. And yeah, he overpowers Omni-Man and Invincible at the same time. So like I said earlier, yeah, he's fighting both of them at the same time, overpowers them. And that's a pretty big feat because that's basically fighting almost like two Supermans at the same time. Like it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? But his scale, it looks like they said it's a small planet to planetary level based off the feats and everything that we gathered. And to be honest, it is kind of accurate, you know. From what we've seen, you know, he's not doing anything too crazy when it comes to like cosmic or multiversal. I can see, you know, Hyperion probably winning this fight based off of the heat vision. And he's probably a little bit quicker, to be honest. And yeah, he probably is a little bit stronger overall. So in a few ways, but I feel like it's like by like that though, like that. Cause Thragg is like that, bro. He's strong as fuck. I feel like he can get in there with Hyperion. It'd be like a 5, 6 out of 10 type of situation. Like 6 times out of 10, Hyperion wins. Especially depending on which version. I know like in Marvel, these characters get amped up a lot, but if we're talking about like base Hyperion, Thragg has a good chance of winning. Like especially if he, you know, early on he could do it, you know. But I know they both have like a very like what's the word, like killer instinct mindset. So you know, but I feel like Thragg is definitely more like I'm going to fight you like it's a Mortal Kombat type situation, like you know, like I'm going for kill shots only, you know. That's how just Vultramites are. They're fucking deadly, you know. But yeah, let's go back to the widescreen of the verses. But yeah, man. So y'all let me know who y'all got in the comments below. But me personally, who I think Hyperion got it in the bag. Unfortunately, I really do want Thragg to win this one, but I might have to do more research myself. But from what I digged in the last few hours and shit, I saw that Hyperion just had way too many more feats. I mean, he's speed blitzing Namor, he's fighting Thor on a regular basis and overpowering people like that. And I just don't see Thragg doing that. You know, Thor is kind of like cosmic level. I mean, he's a god, so he's god tier, actually. And he can get cosmic level at some points, I guess, with Odin's power and when he gets enhanced. But Hyperion, man, let's get back to him. He's pretty like that. I mean, he picked up Atlantis through that shit, bro. So, you know, but yeah, I fuck with Thragg too, man. But yeah, Hyperion got this one, y'all. But let me know in the comments what y'all think and who y'all like to see next week. You know, I'm probably going to do someone from the DC universe, or I mean, you never know. I like to mix it up a lot. I'll probably do some horror movie shit or some pop culture mix. We'll see. But let's see, man, what's going on to the next segment. Let's see here. So we're going to be talking about an underrated character that is under the radar, and that character is going to be Nova, man. Nova. So he's our character this week that is under the radar, man. Let's give him a round of applause, you know what I'm saying? To make it on the podcast. Yeah, let's get a Nova. So another Marvel character. Let's just be honest. Marvel's cooking right now, and they're a little bit more popular, and they're just better overall than DC. I'm sorry. Over time, they just have been, you know. DC has dropped the ball plenty of times. They had opportunity to, you know, make their universe more unique, expand it, all the above, or just be consistent. That's the thing. Just be consistent, man. Like that's all people want for real. Is consistency. But anyways, we'll probably do a DC character or maybe another character that is under the radar next week. But this is actually a character my fiance suggested because she didn't know too much about Nova. But Nova, you know, he deals with Spider-Man on a regular basis and he shows up on Earth a lot. But he's pretty much Green Lantern, but in the Marvel universe. And we're going to get into his character and you'll see a lot of what I'm seeing as far as like the relation to the two characters of like Hal Jordan and Nova. But yeah, let's check him out, man. So let's see here. So Nova, man, his feats. Let's check him out, man. Let me put this a little bit wide for myself. All right. So the origin of Nova, man. His real name is Richard Rider. and he's an average New York teenager chosen at random from Roman Day, the last survivor of the Centurion of the planet Exodar. Man, this is, I don't know if I'm saying these names right. I ain't gonna lie, y'all have to fact check that. But yeah, he is a elite Nova Corps, man. And Zordeg transferred his powers and his uniform to Ryder, giving him the Nova Force, which provides him flight, super strength, and energy manipulation. So that's a lot of things when it comes to those individual powers, like super strength. There's a few things involved with that, you know. And then the energy manipulation, that's going to be, he can do gravity. I heard he can make gravity bubbles. He can basically change the pressure around you, or it's pretty dangerous. And then, the flight, I think he's light speed when it comes to flight. So that's pretty badass. But yeah, let's go on to his feats, man. So Nova, his feats, he shielded a blast from Galactus that encompassed 3 star systems. Imagine that, one person, Nova, withstanding a blast from Galactus that can wipe out not 1, not 2, but 3 star systems. Fire, bro. What? I need him on my side for sure, especially if we're going up against like a big motherfucker like that. Yeah, Nova's pretty fire for that. He survived the fall from space, so you know that's kind of like a mid feat, to be honest. But I mean, that's still not bad though. That just goes to show you that like he can survive. I mean, that's pretty good feat, I feel like, you know, like that goes to show you that you're like at least planetary level, or you know what I'm saying. But yeah, this motherfucker, man, he dodged laser and guns. He dodges laser and gunfire at point. So point blank range, that's crazy. That means that if you're shooting a gun or any type of weapon at him, he's pretty much going to be able to dodge it. So he's pretty damn fast. His scale, so he's a cosmic powerhouse, man. What's the name? Believe it or not. And as Nova Prime, Ryder has the power to destroy multiple systems as far as star systems. And yeah, that's pretty badass, dude, because Nova Prime is pretty much whenever he gets enhanced power from the Nova Corps. But yeah, long story short, these characters aren't talked about much, but they're fired, bro. Like he shows up on a few Spider-Man anime shows that are nice, and he's pretty much like a Green Lantern again, like of in the Marvel universe. And yeah, a lot of these characters don't get their just due, you know. Sometimes they do in comics, but they're not talked about enough, you know. I feel like we get a lot of the same characters like Spider-Man and X-Men and Wolverine, and it's like, bro, let's do a movie about somebody like this. Like we talked about Guardians of the Galaxy earlier, you know, that was a fire movie. And that was about some characters that nobody knew like that. Before that movie came out, I promise you, nobody knew about the Guardians, bro. Unless you were like a geek or a weeb, bro. Nobody knew about the Guardians, bro. We were too locked in on X-Men, Avengers, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four. Guardians were like not talked about. Even though they're pretty old characters, but just like him, man, like let's come out with a Nova movie and let's just have it focused strictly on him with the Nova Corps. And yeah, I guess you can do a little bit of origin, you know, where he's in New York and whatnot, but I don't know. I'd prefer it to be space related for sure. But yeah, man, Nova, badass. Let's go ahead and move on to the next segment, you know what I'm talking about. Let's see. So, damn, y'all. I think that's the last one, actually. Yeah, this is the last segment. Hey, I appreciate y'all staying tuned in this long. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to support the channel. You know, it means a lot. And yeah, man, I'm going to tap in with y'all next week. I'll catch you on the next episode of the podcast, man. See you later.